Hi, it's Coleen and Melissa at Practically Creative and Sylvia at You and Me FPP had sweetly invited me to join their block of the month they've been doing. And right now they're on the elephant. And that's where I'm picking up at. I do try to plan. I do intend to try to do all the ones that they have done so far. Of course, I'm going to take me a while, I guess. But that is the plan as of right now. And plans change. But anyway, I thought an applique elephant would work. So I printed out a cartoon. That's not a cartoon. Well, it might be a cartoon. Oh, anyway, I printed out a printable clip art, the size I wanted or close to it. And they're doing much bigger blocks than I plan on doing. I put the elephant on top of the fabric that I'm going to be using, and I tried to get about an 1/8 inch away and cut all the way around the elephant. And this is going to take a while. Maybe I'll speed it up. Yeah, I'm going to speed it up. Hang on. Well, that's much better, but I got the feeling I probably shouldn't have used the biggest scissors I have to do this. Then I switched to smaller ones in between. I should have went for in between. Anyway, I'm just cutting all this out. Have I mentioned I like elephants? So cute. And see, what they don't know is that I have a series for an elephant on a hooded towel that I've edited, and it's going to be up, I don't know, end of this month, next month. So now you saw me lay down a smaller white piece of what looked like paper that I thought was stitch and tear, but after I stitched it, I'm not so sure. Then I put my backing fabric on top of it, and then I put my elephant that I just cut out on top of that, and I'm going to measure around that. I think it winds up about 9 by 10. I wanted about an inch away from the tip of the ears and the tail and the feet, the outermost part of the elephant. I'm just going to add this to a random quilt block I've got. Random quilt of blocks. I don't know what I'm saying. I know what I mean, though. Anyway. Oh, my goodness. Yeah. So I've got it cut out. Got the paper under there, and yeah, I need to pin it. I don't know why I didn't do that to begin with. I put the little bed back on my machine. I set it on a number 4, which is a zigzag stitch. I'm writing down what I was using, which wound up being a 0.03 and 5 length. 0.03 at the top, 5 at the bottom. And then I realized I'm supposed to be using the 60 weight bottom line thread, I think is what it's called, polyester. So I switched to that, and I've got my 40 weight polyester on top. It's one I got from Missouri Star. And I did not test this very well. The machine did not like at all where I had my top thread coming from, which was behind it. I had a couple issues with that for a little bit, but then I figured it out, and it was smooth sailing from there. And I'm making sure that my needle goes to the outer side of that paper. That way it catches the paper and the fabric, and this is where one of the issues were. I had to cut it out. The top thread was stuck on something because of the way I had it running, which was pulling all my bobbin thread up. It made a little bit of a mess. Then I just went back over my stitches a little bit and did it again. And probably not. When I am doing inside lines, like the elephant's trunk or this leg, I usually walk my needle with the straight stitch down it and then come back up with the zigzag stitch. I just reset it afterwards, and I'll do that here again. And it doesn't have to be perfectly on the lines in here, and you can stop, do as much or as little as I guess you want with those little lines on the nose. I might do a few of those by hand. I walked it up with the straight stitch, and now I'm coming back with the zigzag stitch. This really didn't take much time at all. I think maybe an hour for the whole thing. And that was with thread issues. This is my Brother XR 9500, I think. I'm pretty sure it's the same as the Project Runway version. It has embroidery stitches on it. I seem to use this just simple zigzag, tight zigzag a lot. I could probably do it with my other machine. I just didn't have that one out today. And when I start and stop, I do a little bit of a back stitch, which is harder the thicker that thread gets. So if you can't, that's why. It makes it stop. I also could have used a glue stick to tack these layers together. Honestly, the thought did not cross my mind until the second that I'm editing. But that would have worked fine too. I was going to get myself threading needles and pull all my threads to the back real quick while I was sitting here, and realized I think they're in with my knitting things, because I was taking some work with me when I was driving. So I'll do that another time. I did try to get the stitches to come through the other side. The threads. That's what I meant. And after I fidgeted with it for a little while, okay, longer than a little while, I do eventually give up and just decide to start taking papers off at some point. At least I thought I did. Now I'm second guessing myself. What did I do? We're all gonna see. Yeah, sorry for that one. Not really. The paper I used is the same paper I use for FPP. It's newsprint, and it comes off really easy. I just needed a little help with a few of them. That's why I used my knot stiletto, also called a seam ripper. Isn't that just the cutest thing? That is just so cute. I don't know if I'm going to add to it by hand or not. I think that's good. I do see some where right there where I didn't get close enough. I cut some of that fabric off, but I was very careful to stay away from my stitches. You don't want to accidentally cut those. And this is where I start thinking, maybe that stitch and tear is not actually stitch and tear. And I was thinking about giving up. I was like, what did I put on here? It doesn't tear very easily, and I have my finger holding my embroidery stitches to make sure I'm not pulling any of them. I eventually get it off. Seriously, I have no idea what it is. It was probably gifted to me. I'll look it up one of these days and let everybody know. Thank you for watching this video. And don't forget, go visit Melissa over at Practically Creative and Sylvia over at You and Me FPP. And there will be links. There might be cards. There'll probably be all kinds of ways to find their channels and see how they do theirs and what they do. I'm sure it's bound to be beautiful. And check out the rest of theirs that they've done for the block of the month too. They are so cute. Take care. Be the light you hope to see in others.